This edition of On the Money is brought to you by Sun River Lodge and Resort, the great Northwest Resort.
We go undercover to expose a part of the war on drugs you've never seen, the abuse of prescription medicines. It's a businesswoman's bane, a run in her stockings. Why can't they make nylons that won't run? He's hot, and he's got the hits. We talk to baseball's highest paid superstar and find out what it's like to earn $43 million. Hello, I'm Brian Banmiller, and this is our look at how you can make money and stop people from stealing it. Every year, billions of dollars in drugs are sold illegally in this country. But we're not talking about cocaine or marijuana. The problem is black market prescription drugs. It's a nationwide problem that few in the medical profession want to talk about. Drug dealers hitting crime-infested streets pushing cocaine. Addicts freebasing crack. Junkies injecting heroin. It's a national crisis that's overwhelming drug enforcement agencies. But an equally disturbing epidemic rages unseen. A huge black market in prescription medication being diverted to drug abuse.
I guess a given week, I would gross maybe 15, 20,000 off of prescription drugs.
This former drug dealer abused and sold pharmaceutical drugs for more than a decade before his arrest. Wounded in Vietnam, he became addicted to morphine doctors prescribed for pain. Back from the war, he maintained that euphoric high with street heroin. That is until he found a far better substitute with the help of some crooked doctors.
I was working with approximately 3 to 4 different doctors. I mean, there's no way in the world, they could tell me that they wasn't aware of, what I was asking for and what they were prescribing me and what I was doing with it. I mean, there's no examinations being done, like what you need today, boom, I just tell them exactly what I need.
What he needed was codeine Tylenol and Doradin. Combined, these legal medications produce the same effect as heroin and is highly marketable on the street. He also sold amphetamines, sometimes called speed, that doctors gave him after requests like this.
Okay, I want to lose some weight, D. Doc, I want to lose some weight. Can you give me some mileage, Well, by the time he's thinking about this, I'm pulling out my roll, and hey, I pay you whatever you want, He gonna see what this dude got money, and boom, he gonna say, well, how many you want?
Many so-called professional patients go to the library and read up on symptoms of diseases, then repeat them at the doctor's office to obtain drugs. Prescription in hand, drug diverters throw suspicious pharmacists off track by coming in when it's busy, often with altered prescriptions.
The thing that would be most encountered would be where someone puts a 1 in front of 30 and makes 130 tablets, or changes the strength somehow.
But investigators don't worry about patient scams as much as they do crooked doctors and pharmacists who use easy access to medication to become white-collar drug dealers.
The pre-moving scripts are going for $500 and $600, okay, for 60.
This surveillance video was shot during a year-long investigation into the biggest drug diversion scheme ever uncovered.
The videotape shows physicians writing prescriptions, mostly triplicate prescriptions for Schedule II drugs, the strongest available drugs in America, to patients who don't exist.
Dozens of doctors in Los Angeles wrote and sold a slew of phony prescriptions for highly addictive drugs, knowing the drugs would be illegally sold on the street. Doctors even made up fake patient charts to make prescription orders look legitimate.
I scripted for 1 script a week, a cancer patient who's got a chart to back it up.
Cancer patient, he wants Dilaudid, which is the drugstore heroin, the Cadillac of pharmaceuticals. Write a prescription for 100 of them, it's worth $5,000.
Although investigators cracked this case, narcotics officers say many doctors are working similar schemes, often at inner-city medical clinics called script mills.
All right, here's the money for you to go out and do this operation.
These undercover narcotics agents are with the California Department of Justice. They're heading to a suspicious medical clinic in South Central L.A.
You gonna want me to set up in front of the business center?
When they arrive, they send in a wiretapped undercover agent, hoping to catch doctors prescribing addictive drugs.
He's going in right now.
Day blurs into night before he comes out, but it was sure worth the wait. The undercover agent says he was illegally prescribed 2 addictive medications. One, a derivative of opium. The second, a prescription for diet pills. Authorities say the doctor pocketed hundreds for the phony visit. Even if this doctor gets busted, investigators say the epidemic of prescription drug scams will continue.
These drugs have a connotation that it's okay, that they're wholesome, but the fact of the matter is that it's no different than getting drugs from your local drug dealer in the street.
Investigators tell us most crooked doctors are never convicted because juries often think doctors can do no wrong. And many law enforcement agencies ignore prescription drug abuse. They prefer to go after high-profile heroin and cocaine instead. Office fashions are becoming more relaxed every day, but many women still feel compelled to wear nylons at work. Nylons that easily rip. So why can't they make a nylon that doesn't run? On the Money's Leslie Griffith joins us now, I hope with some answers.
Yeah, why can't they make nylons that don't run? Virtually every woman can tell a woeful tale about ripping nylon, so we decided to find out if nylon really needs to rip or if American women are the victims of a long-running conspiracy. Every woman wears them, and nearly every woman hates them. Nylons, a businesswoman's running nightmare.
Typically, they'll run, it'd be the first time I put them on, and there they go.
It is a horror story. Whenever it runs, it's a horror story. I mean, how can you feel attractive with this huge hole on your leg?
Women fight back any way they can. A dash of nail polish here, a squirt of hairspray there.
As soon as a run starts, you just simply dab on a little bit of nail polish and it stops the run until you peel it off your leg and then it runs again.
So, if they can send a man to the moon, why can't they make a pair of nylons that don't run?
That's marketing. That's how the manufacturers make money off of the consumer.
Agnes Davis, who imports and sells super strong nylons from Canada, says American-made nylons are the ultimate in planned obsolescence. The more they run, the more money manufacturers and retailers make.
You better believe it's in their best interest. It's good business.
With her famous nail test, Davis demonstrates how much stronger Canadian nylons are than their American cousins, and they're nearly as sheer. But are American manufacturers really conspiring to keep us running? A look back at history tells the story. When nylons were born in 1940, they were all the rage. 4 million pairs flew off the shelves in the first 3 hours they were sold. Nylons were unavailable during World War II because the new material was so strong every ounce of it was diverted to war-bound airplane wheels and parachutes. In the first post-war sale, nylon riots spread from San Francisco to New York, and women couldn't even wait to get home to slip them on. But soon, American women would be buying far less durable nylons.
So the manufacturers got together with the retailers, and they said, let's do something. These are wearing too long.
After the war, American manufacturers began advertising the sheer is sexy concept. Most reduced the thread called denier in nylons, and that made them sheerer but weaker.
So they took the thread, nylon thread, which is called denier, and they thinned it down from the normal 20, which was the original, down to a 10, a 5, and a 15 denier. Now, you can't see the difference between a 20 and a 15 denier thread with the naked eye, but when they thinned it down to 15 and less, it lost its durability.
So, do American women think they're victims of a running conspiracy?
Men are required to wear ties and women are required to wear pantyhose to work. That's just a prerequisite, and you don't see runs in ties.
Manufacturers we spoke with deny that there's a nylon conspiracy. They say that they are simply responding to what women want, the sheerest nylons possible. So it looks like unless women want to do their shopping in Canada, nylon runs are here to stay, at least for the short run.
And I'll bet the next time you go to Canada, I know exactly what you're going to come back with.
Big box of them.
Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome.
Straight ahead, we'll take a look at one place to put your nest egg. You could say it's an investment for the birds. And here's a man whose batting average isn't the only thing sailing out of sight. Meet Barry Bonds, baseball's $43 million man.
The Coeur d'Alene Resort, RMC Lone Star, and the City of Oakland all rely on the ease and dependability of Ericsson GE Mobile Communications. Only Ericsson GE Mobile Communications offers reliable quality and inexpensive airtime with 5-star local dealer service and support. Call 1-800-GE-12345 to find out more about Ericsson GE Mobile and other radio communication solutions.
Reservations and a tea time.
Fall golf packages start at just $121 per person. Call now.
Where do you get great clothes for back to school?
Only at Ross.
Great prices on brand name jeans?
Only at Ross.
Everyday prices below department store sale prices?
Only at Ross.
Where do bargain hunters shop every day?
Only at Ross.
Ross. The only difference is the price.
If I were trying to sell you something on radio, this is about all you'd get. Oh, maybe a little music and some sound effects, but you're pretty much looking at it. Now, I can do all that on television, but I'll be standing right here where you can see me, radio and all. Besides, if you want to reach all the people in the Portland market, which you can do with just 5 television stations, it'll take you 32 radio stations. And that can really chew up an advertising budget.
Television advertising, a third of a penny per prospect.
An increasing number of Americans are entrusting their nest eggs to birds. That's right. Ostrich farming is a booming business in America. Well, the Money's Laura Zimmerman takes a peek at the biz of big birds.
Take a close look. These aren't just ostriches. They're giant money-making machines and supposedly one of the hottest business investments around. These goofy birds, along with their curious cousins, the rhea and emu, are part of an exotic industry hatching nationwide.
These birds aren't very bright.
Gary and Kay Hetty think their California farm is a gold mine. Like a mother hen, Gary keeps a close eye on his giant golden eggs, incubating them in his bedroom.
Right now, the market price, if you want to sell it, no fertility guaranteed. Just egg, there's money, $750. Okay? If you want fertility guaranteed, $1,000.
Not bad when you consider a hen usually lays 100 grapefruit-sized eggs a year. A pair of these hyper-emu chicks will run you a cool $6,000. And this gangly pair of full-grown ostrich breeders costs about $40,000. Prices are sky high because for now, farmers are selling to each other, multiplying the flock. But soon they hope to cash in on what may be the decade's hottest food craze, ostrich burgers.
The meat, it's a red meat, it tastes like beef, looks like beef. You couldn't tell the difference. And yes, I've ate it, and I have emu and ostrich in my deep freeze right now from accidents, okay? And it's good.
Ostriches are also coveted for their feathers, used for dusters and women's clothing. Even their toenails can be sculpted into jewelry. But don't count your chicks before they hatch. Raising ostriches is not for everyone. Robin Hetty isn't wild about Mom and Dad's obsession with birds.
I don't like them at all.
And the feeling seems to be mutual.
It's a bizarre way to make a living.
It is. But it's a lot of fun.
I'm Laura Zimmerman for On the Money.
And good eating if you listen to the Europeans. They've been eating ostrich steaks for years. They say it tastes like beef, but has a lot less fat, calories, and cholesterol. Bon appetit. In this week's American Success Story, we meet one of the boys of summer, a baseball player whose $43 million contract is matched only by his Grand Slam performance on the field. On the Money's Elaine Corral went one-on-one with San Francisco Giants superstar Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds, Major League Baseball's $43 million man. When you make that much money, you're in big demand.
So what did you say? I mean, can you remember the words that you said to your wife or your friends?
Probably, oh my God, I can't believe it. That was probably the biggest thing. I was like, I can't believe that all this paid off. I can't believe it. That my kids don't have to worry. I think you're more satisfied with the fact of all you want to do is provide for your family, whether it be any job. But for you to provide for your family and their family is pretty good. I guess that's how my mom put it. My mom said, no, you didn't provide for your children. You provide for your children's children.
Yeah, and maybe children after that.
So,
is it true that the Giants wanted to draft you after high school and they wanted to give you $70,000, but you wanted 75?
Well, a little, 75, 80, 85. It fluctuates. Everybody says 70, 75. It was around 85.
So you turned them down for that? Well, it turned out that was the right decision.
It was for me. I didn't feel like I was mature enough for that step right at that time.
So now a mature 28-year-old Barry Bonds ended up with the Pittsburgh Pirates, where he played his entire big league career before landing his mega buck and mega publicized contract with the San Francisco Giants. Now he says everyone wants to be his friend. He won the Most Valuable Player award twice, in 1990 and then again last year, and 3 straight Gold Glove awards for his defensive play in the outfield. But is he satisfied with just playing baseball? Not quite. He wants to be an actor.
Well, I did a cameo part with Rookie of the Year, where this kid strikes me out, which is fun, and I was really mad, too, because I hate to strike out.
Barry Bonds has joked that when it comes to golden contracts, the fans should look toward David Letterman, that he's not even in that league. But when Bonds steps out on the field and the fans take out a calculator and add up his every mistake, what he makes is bound to affect his performance.
I make no promises. I'm going to go out there and do the best I can. And, I just really hope that people can sit there and see you as a human doing the best that you can for whichever team and not looking for a miracle. Jesus Christ was a miracle. I'm no miracle. And I just leave it at that. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, I'm sorry. I just do the best I can. I'm only human.
I'm Elaine Corral for On the Money.
Barry's talents are leading the Giants toward dreams of the World Series this year. But it remains to be seen if added team profits will pay off his $43 million mega salary. By the way, as of Friday, Barry Bonds has hit 38 home runs for the year. Straight ahead, we'll talk to this woman who had her identity stolen when crooks took her credit cards.
Reservations and a tea time. Full golf packages start at just $121 per person. Call now.
We need to warn you about bringing your car to Mako. It looks so good when we're finished, you won't want to trade it in. Keep your existing car and save all the money you'd spend on a down payment and years of monthly payments. And Mako can make your car look beautiful again for $249.95. That's the price of about one monthly payment. But here's another warning. This Mako Summer Special is for a limited time only. There are 5 Mako centers in the Portland, Vancouver, Salem area. You'll love your car all over again. But don't say we didn't warn you.
Cliff here at IHOP, and I'm here to clear up some confusion about IHOP's delicious T-bone steak breakfast and their mouth-watering T-bone steak dinner. Now, there is no T-bone steak lunch, but you can get the breakfast for lunch or dinner. No, wait. Is that right? You can get the lunch for breakfast. No. You can get the breakfast for lunch or dinner, but then dinner and... forget it. Nobody does breakfast like IHOP does breakfast. Or dinner.
T-bone steak specials, breakfast only $6.99, dinner just $7.99 at your IHOP restaurant now.
Gold has long been the standard by which all investments are measured. Yet one group of precious metals has recently set its own standard. The Lexus LS, ES, and coupe. With the highest retained value in their respective classes, they're commodities well worth securing. Whether you buy or lease at Lexus of Portland.
Monday night on TV 12.
I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm a businessman.
But I don't have a contract on a businessman. I have a contract on a fighter.
It's the rough and tumble story of a reluctant boxer and his lady boss.
I told you, lady, there is no way I'm going to fight.
And there's no way I'm going to starve.
That's a problem. Ryan O'Neal.
I don't know when, and I don't know where, but I'm going to get you.
Barbara Streisand.
Can't wait.
The main event.
Hey, this is fun.
Monday night at 8 on KPTV 12.
Losing your wallet or your purse can cause a lot of worry, and it should. As consumer editor Tom Vakar discovered, it can be a never-ending nightmare.
Thank you, sir. Lose this, and it could ruin your day. Lose this, and it could ruin your life. Just ask Cynthia Watkins. Her purse was stolen from her desk at work. Checks, credit cards, driver's license, IDs, and thus began Cynthia's unending nightmare.
I believe he was part of a gang, a credit gang, and they wrote $6,000 in bad checks and opened 5 credit cards.
Since it's hard to live modern life without credit and credit cards, crimes like these strike at the very heart of our financial existence. As we learned at Visa's headquarters, there are 2 types of credit gangs plaguing consumers nationwide. The techno-criminals are those who try to counterfeit ever more sophisticated credit cards. When card makers introduced the 3D hologram a few years back, forgery dropped radically. There were some poor fakes until this phony showed up recently with a near-perfect hologram.
We're seeing very good counterfeit cards, very authentic-looking counterfeit cards appearing in this country, being used for a variety of different purchases in different parts of the country.
Techno-criminals have forced credit card issuers to move to the next step.
That's why I'll be carrying a Citibank card. Not just Visa.
Already available, credit cards that bear an unchangeable computerized picture of its owner. Too late for Cynthia Watkins because Cynthia was the victim of the other kind of credit gang, thieves.
They opened the credit cards using my stolen MasterCard and Visa.
Not only did the thieves run up her credit cards and the new ones they ordered and her checks, they even assumed her family's identity.
Our California Department of Motor Vehicles issued a driver's license to the thieves in my name and in my husband's name. They went in and said that they had lost their driver's licenses, and they were given those driver's licenses on the spot.
Meanwhile, though she had reported everything stolen, credit card bills and bounce check collectors came at her in droves. She's had to send in some 50 separately notarized affidavits of forgery. One store never gives up hassling her, even though she has submitted 5 police reports 5 different times. Now they're trying to sue her. Even the grocery store gave her a hard time when she tried to write a check.
And they ran my driver's license number, and it came back no good. So I had to leave the groceries, go to the bank, get the cash, and come back and pay for the groceries.
With persistence, Cynthia hopes to work things out, but she warns this could happen to anyone, even a woman with a good credit rating, simply by getting robbed.
It has been a total nightmare trying to get it all straightened out. It's as if I was victimized once and I'm continually victimized over and over and over again.
I'm consumer editor Tom Vakar, on the money.
Now, some tips to prevent this from happening to you. Don't leave your purse or wallet unattended, and never leave it visible through a car window. Also, carry only 1 or 2 credit cards, not a whole bunch. After all, whether it's made of paper or plastic, it's your money. Keep an eye on it. We'll be right back. But first, here's a look at the action on Wall Street this past week.
The Coeur d'Alene Resort, RMC Lone Star, and the City of Oakland all rely on the ease and dependability of Ericsson GE Mobile Communications. Only Ericsson GE Mobile Communications offers reliable quality and inexpensive airtime with 5-star local dealer service and support. Call 1-800-GE-12345 to find out more about Ericsson GE Mobile and other radio communication solutions.
for reservations.
And a tea top. Fall golf packages start at just $121 per person. Call now.
On the next Kung Fu, the legend continues when a corporate cover-up
You think I don't know what's going on here?
puts an innocent woman into an asylum. You're going to be well looked after, my dear. Kane goes after the truth.
He will not come out alive. He wants me to commit him. I'd say Mr. Kane is a very real threat.
It's a deadly game of psychological warfare.
You would have been much better off staying out of something that was none of your business.
On the next Kung Fu, the legend continues.
Wednesday night at 9 on KPTV 12.
Most people think of replacing their roof as an expense. At Champion Metal, we think of it as an investment. This beautiful roof is not only maintenance-free, but available in a variety of colors to fit any decor. With Champion's financing plan, your new roof can be easily affordable. Just think, you can have a quality roof that'll last a lifetime. Call today for a free brochure. We'll treat you right. You got my word on it.
If you want your children to become good readers, start by reading to them when they're infants. Introduce toddlers to simple, colorful picture books, then start reading storybooks. This will help them to speak and to understand the world. And remember, the best way to prepare children to become lifelong readers is to read to them daily. So take a moment and read to your child for kids' sake.
That's our show for this week. Here are some stories you can look forward to on our next edition of On the Money.
Law enforcement is after roadside shooters.
Are you going to keep them there, or are you going to take them down the road?
Join our cameras on the front line of this major poaching sting.
Well, this has taught me a lesson, I'll tell you that right now.
And meet this successful businessman who really flies by the seat of his pants. On the next edition of On the Money.
We hope you'll join us. Now, if you have any story ideas or comments, we'd like to hear from you. Our address is On the Money, Post Office Box 22222, Oakland, California, 94623. Now again, that's On the Money, Post Office Box 22222,